The ninja action kicks into high gear in this month's chapter of Boruto Naruto Next Generations as the heroic son of the 7th Hokage goes toe-to-toe with the shape-shifting cannibalistic killer Shojoji. This month's chapter played out like a classic Naruto chapter, getting to see a lot of great ninjutsu and strategies and some nice twists and turns, with Tento actually getting involved in the battle, throwing a shuriken right at Shojoji's back, which allows Boruto to essentially win this battle with one epic Rasengan. It's pretty damn solid, but honestly, it's not going to be reinventing the wheel anytime soon. This was a pretty standard chapter of Boruto, with Boruto completely wiping the floor with Shojoji's goons just in a couple of hits before going toe-to-toe with the very corpulent cunt himself, who honestly is not all that special. He does have one special gimmick outside of being able to transform into people that he personally devours. That's that he has this big windshield, which is known as the Futon Fuhakujan, otherwise known as the Shield of the Wind Count. He can utilize this as a shield and as a sword, and basically uses it to deflect just about any attack that is thrown at him. So Boruto has to come up with some pretty interesting strategies to not only get through this barrier, but to also not get his freaking head bitten into by this massive monster of a man, who, despite the way he looks, can move really damn fast, and that leads to some of the best parts of this week's chapter, which basically just plays out like a classic fight of the series, with the main villain showing off his secret abilities and Boruto trying to figure out how to get past them. First, he tries to create some shadow clones, throws down a smoke bomb, but Shojoji just manages to fight through every single one of these, kicking them in the face, choking them out completely. That is until that big crucial moment where Tento throws a shuriken right into his back, giving Boruto the opportunity to hit him point blank with a Rasengan, which admittedly looks freaking awesome. I love that one-shot panel where you get to see Shojoji's back completely twisting and turning as the Rasengan is making its way through his body, which sends him flying out of this massive building with a huge explosion. This could very well be the defeat of this character, and I'd like to think that's probably what is happening, but if that's the case, man, Shojoji really wasn't all that really crazy. He wasn't really that much to worry about, and honestly, after Momoshiki, he is somewhat of a disappointing villain, so it's going to be like this, I'm sure, from time to time, and I'm not sure how far this arc is going to go and how important Tento is actually going to end up being to the story, or if this is just sort of like a little couple chapter filler arc before we move on to the next big series. All I know is I find myself slightly disappointed. I was kind of hoping that Shojoji would transform in some of the other people that he's actually consumed, and that could very well actually be happening right now. I even have a personal theory that this form that we actually see him in is not actually the true Shojoji, but someone that he actually devoured himself. Either that, or he's just another stupid cornrowed goon who got his ass handed to him. So what's the rundown on this month's chapter of Boruto? Just action-packed and a lot of fun. What I really loved about this one is that I think the author of the series does his action a lot better than he does just like his standard character stills and making them look like the normal Naruto characters. I think he does excel when it comes to motion, and you get to see a lot of that in this chapter. Just the amount of speed that's actually on display from Boruto is surprisingly impressive, and offers a little bit of distinctiveness from the original Naruto series to make it a little more unique and, of course, a little more fun. It is a shame, though, that the backgrounds really aren't all that special, most of them just being completely white, but there it just makes you focus on the actual one-on-one battle between these characters, which is very damned exciting. Shojoji's a really weird-looking character. I wouldn't say that he's incredibly intimidating-looking, but he's just a big threat who can move really fast, and that makes him kind of scary. That and that he's basically a cannibal. He admits it outright. He goes through this whole philosophical thing where he's all like, he was raised differently, people originally did eat each other, and that's just sort of the way that he views these things, and he wouldn't even mind eating Boruto whole with a lot of salt. He's a pretty disturbing character, and the fact that he's a cannibal makes him really easy to hate, and that makes seeing his defeat all the more satisfying, which of course comes from a classic Rasengan. Of course, one of the biggest themes of the entire Naruto series does come to fruition in this chapter, the power of friendship. And of course, not underestimating your opponent, which allows Tento to hit Shojoji with a shuriken, giving Boruto the upper hand in this fight, which was pretty damn cool. Nothing really all that new or crazy, but it was an exciting read, and I can't wait to see how the anime version is going to be handling this point of the story. I really hope they give this fight a lot of gusto, and I hope they translate a lot of that cool, explosive speed that you saw a lot of in this chapter right here. But that's basically it. Just a big, fun action chapter right here. I'm interested to see if that'll be the end of this arc, or if Shojoji is going to get up and transform into something even worse. We're just going to have to wait and see. So there's my thoughts on this chapter right here. I thought it was action-packed and really fun. So I'm going to give this one a 5 out of 5. I have no complaints about this one aside from some superficial stuff, like it's not doing anything really all that new, but I got a lot of enjoyment from this one, and a lot of action is never really a bad thing, especially when it's done with a lot of gusto and some decent artwork, which I really do believe that this chapter has right here. That Rasengan scene was pretty damn toasty. So there it is, my thoughts on this month's chapter. Make sure to tell me what you guys thought about it in the comment section below, and what you hope to see from the rest of the Boruto manga series. Has Shojoji actually been defeated? Did you think he was a pretty competent villain? Are you hoping to see more from him in the future? And what did you think about Boruto just completely annihilating this guy with one Rasengan? With that in mind, thank you all for watching this review. I very much appreciate it. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, leave me a comment giving me your thoughts about today's subject, and of course, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Remember, if you are subscribed to the channel, make sure to check out this icon so you can get all of the notifications for when my videos are released. You'll even get them sent directly to your email. It's pretty freaking awesome. It always lets you know when I'm going to release something. So thank you guys for watching, take care, and as always, stay damn down, baby! But there's my thoughts on this chapter right here.